The United Nations says the humanitarian situation in Gaza is growing increasingly desperate, with food shortages and disease threatening the civilian population.
People are dying not only from bombs and bullets, but from lack of food and clean water, hospitals without power and medicine, and grueling journeys to even smaller slivers of land to escape the fighting.
The United Nations warns that the 2.3 million people of Gaza are on the brink of famine, with about 380,000 grappling with severe food insecurity. But according to Kogat, the Israeli army unit which deals with Palestinian civilian issues, Israel is doing everything it can to allow large amounts of humanitarian aid into Gaza, including opening a second crossing to speed up security inspections. Kogat says that the distribution problem is on the Gazan side, that Hamas militants steal some of the aid, and UN agencies are not efficient in distributing it.
We know that the humanitarian situation in Gaza is better than what Hamas are claiming. And I would also like to state that there are also bottlenecks and some problems within Gaza, within the humanitarian organizations that are operating.
Neither Hamas nor the UN responded to questions from VOA for this story. Kogat officials say that before the war, 400 to 500 trucks, including about 70 to 80 carrying food, entered Gaza from Israel each day. Now, an average of about 200 trucks go into Gaza daily, and about 150 of them are loaded entirely with food aid. In addition, large amounts of flour will be shipped through the Israeli port of Ashdod, about 20 miles north of Gaza, in an agreement recently announced by the Biden administration. This will supply the Gaza bakeries, which produce 2 million pita breads daily, in an arrangement with the World Food Program. In addition to the food shortage, Palestinian officials warn that diseases are spreading because of the overcrowding of almost 1.5 million Palestinians into UN schools and shelters in southern Gaza, and the lack of proper sanitation.
In light of the large number of citizens, some diseases have started spreading. These include gastrointestinal diseases in adults and children, as well as respiratory system diseases, skin diseases such as scabies, and other diseases.
The humanitarian crisis is most acute among the 1 million Palestinians who fled to southern Gaza when the Israeli army began its military offensive in the north of the enclave. The army says it is still not safe for these people to return. Even when the fighting ends, a new report by the World Bank says that almost half of all residential buildings in Gaza have been destroyed or are too damaged to inhabit.
There is nothing left in the country. No schools, no universities, no health services, nothing. Think about the future of all these children. How will it be? How can they live after this?
While the war still rages, the growing humanitarian crisis has intensified international calls for a ceasefire. Linda Gradstein, VOA News, Jerusalem.